my name is Clau, and congratulations that you're investing 2 minutes of your time to learn more about Shiftability. As you know, I just launched my new book, The Shiftability Pocket, and it's written just for you to make your life as a leader easier. Now, why is Shiftability so important? Because your ability to shift, and especially in these times when you face disruption and adversity, will help you get the outcomes you want and need with the least amount of effort and time. Sounds good, right? Now, I don't know about you, but most leaders tend to get a bit reactive in their behavior when they're under pressure, when they assume that they don't have time to think things through. Because thinking things through, in their perception, taking the time to think, even for 2 minutes, is perceived as a luxury that they cannot afford. But when a difficult conversation is coming up, for example, you need to tell your direct report that they don't get that promotion that they were hoping for. And that's a bit of a tough conversation, right? You have bad news to deliver and you want to make that message land well. So if you don't prepare and think it through, you probably don't get a favorable response. And then you end up self-correcting yourself, righting any wrongs, and you have to put more time and effort in follow-up conversations. And you also will have the added problem of how to get that person motivated again. So instead of putting time and energy in self-correcting, you are far better off putting time in some self-management beforehand. Because that's what Shiftability is all about. Self-management. Knowing your cues. So when you know you have to tell that person that they don't get that promotion, what is your mental state about that? Are you nervous of having to give them that bad news? Are you maybe anxious that they won't respond really well? Are you impatient because you want to get it over with? All of those negative emotions will impact the outcome of the conversation. So knowing your cues is simply to be aware of those emotions and to deal with them. Because it will be so worthwhile if you just anticipate and prepare for that conversation and actually articulate your approach so that you can convince yourself that you're doing the right thing and that it will land well. Because that way you can show up in that conversation calm and present. You'll be empathetic, you'll be able to step in their shoes, and you would really listen to what they have to say. And that way you have a really rich two-way conversation, and maybe even with some great lateral thinking on how to move forward. You might even surprise yourself how good that outcome will be if you just focus on the human connection first instead of your to-do list. And you will of course gain time if you don't have to have a number of follow-up conversations. And you'll be coming out of that meeting with positive vibes, and you sure will be set up for success for your next meeting because of that. So don't just hope that you can actually wing it. Just make sure to do some self-management and prepare an important conversation. You'll feel much better about yourself. If you'd like to read more about Shiftability and how that improves the human connection and therefore your relationships, have a read of chapter 4 in my book. And whatever you do, keep shifting. See ya. Bye.